Now, this is a quadratic equation, right?
Yeah.
So, are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so the question is solve the equation. Um, First thing is you need to understand what they actually want you to do. Okay.
Mm.
Now, when they say solve, if they ask you to solve a quadratic equation, what they want you to do is they want you to find the solutions. They call it, you can call it the root of the equation. They want you to find the values of what?
X.
X. So you're going to have, I mean, you're going to have two values of x. So they call it sometimes they call it the root. They call it the root of the equation sometimes, or they call it the solutions. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So now what we should do first is you need to factorize the equation. You need to factorize the quadratic equation. You need to get the two what? The two factors. You need to get the two factors. Okay.
Yeah.
So some students call it the two brackets. They call it the bracket, but it's the real name. The real name is factors. So which means you have to factorize this. You need to factorize it first. Okay. So you need to
Um.
factorize first. First, you need to factorize. So when you're factorizing, you are getting the two factors. That is what we're actually doing. Okay.
Mm.
So now let's go and factorize this now. Now the first thing you should look at is I always tell students if you want to factorize a quadratic equation now, you look at your x squared. What is the coefficient of your x squared? What I mean by that is what is the value beside your x squared?
Mm.
There is a value here which is what?
Minus
Which is 1. You can see your x squared is only 1. So you have only one what?
2.
1x squared. You don't have 2x squared.
Mm. Yeah.
So you have only one. Sorry. So
What? I have class.
So you don't have 2x squared, you don't have 3x squared, and above. What you have is only 1x squared. So if you have only 1x squared given to you, all you need to do is just open the two factors, open the bracket, open the two brackets, okay?
Mm.
And put x here and x here. The reason is if you multiply x and x, you're going to get x what?
Square.
Yeah, x squared. So that is the reason why you just need to open the two brackets and put x squared. Then what you should do is this. Let's write the last number here. The last number is minus what?
3. Minus 0.
The last number is
4.
minus 4. You can see, are you seeing the question?
Yeah.
The last number is minus 4. The constant number there is minus 4. Then the middle number is minus what?
3x.
Minus 3. So first write the last number and write the middle number. So are you writing that? Are you writing this down?
Yeah.
So you write the last number minus 4, and then you look at the middle number, the one with the coefficient of x, and that is minus 3. Don't write 4 and 3. You need to respect the negative sign. You have to respect negative sign in mathematics. If you don't put the negative number there, you are already in trouble. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you now think of two numbers. Think of two numbers you multiply that will give you minus 4. So then when you add them together, when you add those two numbers, you're going to get minus what?
3.
Minus 3. Two numbers that you multiply that will give you minus 4, and when you add them together, you get minus 3, should be normally if you want to get two numbers that will give you 4, it is 4 and what?
4 and 1.
4 and 1. If you multiply 4 and 1, you get 4. But this is
Yeah.
actually minus what?
Minus 4.
4, which means one of them has to bear what? A negative what? Number. And then you put the negative number in such a way that when you add them together, you get minus what?
3.
Minus 3. Now let's assume that I put the minus on 1. If you multiply 4 and minus 1, you get minus 4. But if you add 4 and minus 1, you will never get minus 3. Because if you
Yeah.
add 4 and minus 1, that will give you just what?
3.
So therefore you go back and you change the what?
Plus. So plus.
Yeah, you change the sign, you put it back on what?
Plus.
You put the
Plus
sign
1 minus 4.
on minus 4 now. You change the
Yeah.
sign from minus 1, you put it on minus what?
4.
Minus 4. Let's check now. If you multiply minus 4 and 1, you get minus what?
Minus 4.
Yeah, if you multiply minus 4 by 1, you get minus 4. Then if you pick your calculator and you punch minus 4 plus what?
1.
That will give you minus
3.
what? Minus
3.
3. So which means those are your numbers that you need. Then you put it here. You put minus 4 here. Sorry, I need to remove this square. So this is x, not x squared. So you put minus 4, and then you put plus what?
1.
Yeah, plus 1. These are the two what? The two factors.
Factors.
These are the two factors. These are the two factors. Then what do you do now? You pick the first factor, x minus 4, and equate it to what? 0. And then you are looking for a, don't forget, you send this minus 4 to the other what? To the other side. It becomes plus what?
4.
That is your first answer. S equals to what? 4. Then you pick the second factor. You say x plus 1 equals to what?
0.
Yeah. And then you say x equals to, you send the plus 1 to the other side, become what?
Minus.
Minus 1. So your solutions to these equations are 4 and minus what?
1.
Minus 1. So these are the solutions, or these are the roots. Then if you want to check if you are right, substitute 4 to replace your x in the equation, and check if you are going to get what? 0.
0.
So, and then let's check 4 to be squared. Sorry, sorry, 1 second. Excuse me. Let me quickly repeat this. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, hello? Okay. O lè pè mí jọ má bínú tó lè pè mí ní tó bá di exactly 6 má gbàgbé 6 p.m. Tó bá di 6 p.m. ní alẹ́ kó pè mí. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. So now let's check if is we are going to get, if you substitute x to be 4 and we're going to get 0. So you see 4 squared minus 3 multiplied by your x, and your x is what? 4.
4.
And then minus 4. So put this in your calculator and tell me your result. Tell me what you get.
0.
Okay, so that means x equals to 4 is one of the solutions to this equation. So x equals to 4 or x equals to minus 1. Now, are we okay with it? Have you written this down?
Yeah.
Okay, I can clear it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let me clear it. Now, should in case you are struggling to solve this, okay, then you can use the what? The quadratic, the
From.
formula. Some people call it minus b formula. You can use the formula in your logbook. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you are struggling to solve this, then you can use the formula in your logbook. And what does the formula say? Minus b plus and minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, all to be divided by 2a. You see this formula?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see this formula in your logbook. So what you do is you now label, all you need to do is label your A and B and your what and your C. Your A is the number, the coefficient of x squared, the number that you have there. What number do you have there?
1.
1. So your A equals to 1. Now, many students will label it like this: A, B, C. Don't do that. If you do that, you might forget this negative what?
Sign.
Yeah. So label them out. Your B equals to minus what?
3x.
Minus 3. And your C equals to minus what?
4.
Yeah, minus 4. Then all you need to do is come back to the formula and put everything in the formula. Now, you see, if your B is minus, it's a negative value,
Yeah.
and you say you can see we have minus before the B, then
Mm.
everything turn back to plus what?
B.
Yeah, plus 3. Because you have minus B, and your B is minus 3. So therefore, it will turn back to plus what?
3.
Plus 3. Then followed by the plus and the minus, and then the square root of your B. If you don't put this in a bracket, you get it wrong. You see the way I do it? I'm doing it. Good morning, mom, children. So your B is minus 3, so put it in a bracket, okay?
Yeah.
So to be squared, followed by the minus 4, followed by your A. Your A is 1, and then your C is minus 4. You put them in a bracket. Then all to be divided by what? 2
2.
multiplied by A, which is 1. So by the time you put this in your calculator, you see by the time you put this in your calculator, you do the plus first. You do 3 plus the whole of this divided by 2.
Yeah.
Then later on you did the what?
Minus.
Minus. You see you're going to get you're going to get you're going to get um 4 and minus what? Minus 1.
Mm.
So if you put them properly in your calculator, you can try it and tell me what you get.
Yeah.
So this is how to solve a quadratic equation. Either if you're struggling, then you can use this formula. You can use the formula. All you need to do is just obey the signs, recognize the signs, and that's all.
4.
What do you say?
I'm still doing.
Okay, you got 4, and then